Most people think of AI as a text-in, text-out machine, a smarter version of Google Search. But in 2026, the game has fundamentally changed. We are no longer in the era of chatting. We are in the era of reasoning agents. Behind the clean UI of Google Gemini 3 lies a massive architectural leap that most users will never see. From sparse mixture of experts to a unified embedding space that treats pixels and sound exactly like words. Today, we're going beneath the surface. No hype, just the engineering. We're re-breaking down the advanced architecture of Gemini 3 and why its DeepThink Mode is crushing PhD-level benchmarks. To understand Gemini 3, you have to understand native multimodality. Previous generations of AI were Frankenstein models. They had a separate vision encoder to describe an image to the text model. Gemini 3 is different. It was trained on a unified embedding space. In Gemini 3, a video frame isn't converted into a text description. It remains a high-dimensional vector. Because it processes video at the latent level, it understands the flow of time and the depth of space. This is why it can troubleshoot a mechanical engine just by watching a 10-second clip of it vibrating. It is correlating the sound frequency with the visual movement in real time. And Gemini 3 doesn't use its entire brain for every task. That would be a waste of energy and time. Instead, it utilizes an evolved sparse mixture of experts, MoE architecture. Imagine a massive library where only the relevant specialists wake up when you ask a question. When you provide a prompt, a gating network acts as a high-speed traffic controller. It routes your data to specific, expert layers, whether that's advanced Python logic or creative linguistics. This is why Gemini 3 Flash can outperform last year's Pro models. It uses 30% fewer tokens to achieve the same result because the routing is more precise. It's not just bigger, it's more surgical. Then there's the DeepThink Mode. This represents the shift from System 1, fast, intuitive, to System 2, slow, deliberate thinking. In this mode, Gemini 3 uses a thinking budget. Instead of predicting the next most likely word, it generates multiple internal thought signatures. It explores 5 different ways to solve a problem simultaneously, discards the ones that fail a logical check, and only then presents you with the winner. It cross-references its internal logic with real-world data from Google Search and YouTube metadata to ensure its reasoning is not just a hallucination. Let's look at a real-world tutorial on how to leverage this. When you open the Gemini 3 interface, you'll see a thinking level slider. For standard tasks, keep it at balanced, but for complex engineering or mathematical proofs, slide it to Deep Think. Watch as the model begins its internal monologue. It's not just stalling, it's performing parallel hypothesis testing. For example, if you ask it to optimize a quantum circuit, it will show you the paths it discarded and why the final solution is mathematically sound. But the true power of Gemini 3 isn't just what it knows, it's what it does. Google has introduced the Agentic Development Platform, internally known as Antigravity. Using the Model Context Protocol, MCP, Gemini can now securely plug into your software stack. It doesn't just write code, it runs it in a sandbox, identifies the error, and patches itself. It's the difference between an AI that tells you how to plan a trip and an agent that actually navigates the web to book it while you sleep. To build your first agent, you can use the Antigravity SDK. Simply define the goal, provide the tools via MCP, and set the reasoning budget. The agent will then autonomously navigate through web browsers, spreadsheets, and APIs to complete the task. It's the era of sovereign task execution. Gemini 3 isn't just an upgrade, it's a re-architecting of what we consider intelligence. By combining native multimodality with deliberate reasoning budgets, Google has moved the needle from generative AI to agentic AI. The question is no longer, what can AI say? But, what can AI accomplish? If you found this technical breakdown and tutorial helpful, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. We're tracking the evolution of frontier models every week. Thanks for watching. You're watching the AI Shift Hub. Stay connected to get more information about AI and technology.